Hello?
They called into the Palm Beach Police Department and articulated that. So we
articulated.
There's no way you can deny it at this point, but they still just stick to that. So you can't take them seriously at all. At all.
Hello?
Monica, you don't have any data that will support what you're saying. In fact, the data supports quite the opposite, and you still sit there and troll. It's pretty retarded.
Hello?
Redundant. Stupid.
Yeah, she's a fucking coward and plants herself on stage.
Hello?
It's really fucking sad. Actually, you should be deleted. Forget about your comments. Alright, so she's gonna sit here and troll. Okay, guys, I'll come back when she's gone.
I just appreciate the clips you shared today.
Hello?
I was gonna say, Monica,
hello?
The opportunity to speak, or you might be more comfortable in the group from the audience, unless you're just shadow blocking people. So I'll give you 10 seconds.
Hello? Hello?
Turn around. How about that?
Hello? Hello?
It's wild, man. I don't think we've ever seen anything like the MAGA brain. It is these guys make both George Bush presidents look like Jimmy Stewart. It's crazy.
Hello?
It just shows the
Hello?
of cognitive dissonance these people have, and you have to give Trump credit for knowing that he can literally, I think he said something, I don't know what his exact words were, but he said he could do basically anything with people with certain rules. He knows that. And that's just an indicator right there of people who will ignore certain things just to be loyal to somebody who really don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about that.
Never had one lesson. Never had one lesson. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Putin, are you still in Morocco?
Hello? Oh!
At the moment.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
What kind of work do you do?
I have like a sourcing agency. Like I source products, mainly cosmetics and that stuff from China. That's what I do.
Very cool.
Thank you so much.
Are you near Paris or somewhere else?
I mean, I was in Paris, but then I moved some time ago, and I'm in the south. You know, that's the south region, Nice, Cannes, Montpellier, Marseille, all that place.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, I'm Montpellier.
Hello?
You know Montpellier.
Yeah, I know it well. Very cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people are moving south. 2 of my cousins moved south and didn't tell me. So
Hello?
I was in Paris a few weeks ago and planned to see my cousins, and they don't live there anymore.
Hello?
Yeah, it's crazy because the weather in the south is it's much better than in the north.
Hello?
That's fair.
Even the people, oh my god, the people like in the north, they're so you feel like they're so irritable, like you feel like they're so they just need a reason to get angry and everything. Meanwhile in the south, everyone is like so smiley, everyone is like so friendly. It's friendlier. Not friendly, but friendlier.
Interesting. It's been a long time since I've been to the south.
The south is much better. I'm in Bretagne, Enchantress, and I really miss the south.
You broke up a little bit, Aya, when you said that.
I'm glad to meet like a fellow Amazigh woman in France. I'm in Bretagne, Enchantress, and it's like I miss the south.
Oh,
the warmth of the weather and the people.
Nice to meet you, Aya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Algerian, so I'm happy
It's
to
the
see you.
same. It's the same. We're the same.
Oh, yes.
We're like all Jeff's family. Like, that's very possible. We're all related.
Exactly.
It could be. Although I think Aya and I have discovered that she's more likely related to my ex-wife than me, which makes no sense, but that's the way these things work.
I mean, the world is pretty small, but nice to meet you, Aya.
Nice to meet you. I need to check my DNA because it's like they're updating again in my heritage or something. I heard.
Oh, I noticed that actually. I didn't go back to check the new report. I should do that. Is Elena in the room? Good thing we didn't do this 5 minutes ago. Let's see what the new report is.
Normally, if you're from the north of Africa, like I don't know, if either Algeria or Tunisia or Morocco, it's gonna give you like 80% or like 88% North African, and then it's gonna give you like 3% Spanish, 4% Portugal, 2% French. It's just like a mix because there's been a lot of colonization and everything.
It depends where you test. So I tested in a few places, but for the North African component, the most accurate is actually an Israeli company because of all the North African Jews that moved to Israel. And that gets pretty specific, actually. So, yeah, mine didn't change much since the last time it's still Morocco, Egypt, Syria, Tunisia.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's like most of the results, they come up like that.
Mm-hmm.
If that's your picture, and if you allow me to judge based on your picture, I think you look a lot like the Jewish Moroccans because I see them in Fez, I see them in Rabat, I see them in a lot of places, and like they have face features that are very distinct. Like they have narrow noses, eyes. You look like basically.
Oh, I sort of am them, so that makes sense. So thank you.
I mean, they are very handsome and rich. So that is a compliment.
Thank you. Yeah, I hear not to say here. I'm North Africans, generally Jewish or not, tend to be pretty good-looking people. And that isn't me in the picture 2 weeks ago in Paris.
Oh, Paris! I love Paris. I miss Paris, but at the same time, like, it's an overwhelming city.
It's fine. I've been there a bunch of times. Like, parts of it are really cute, and parts of it aren't.
Alright.
I find it to be a little overrated. At least in the States, people romanticize it, and it's fine. It's got a lot of great history and unique things, but it's not any more like it's not so different than a lot of other cities.
You can visit
Less dirty than it's less dirty than New York these days, at least.
But I mean, could we talk about the rats? There's a lot of rats. Oh my god. I couldn't. It's too much rats.
I think a lot of cities are having that problem. I know New York has a rat czar. Seth, isn't that right? New York has a rat czar. That's supposed to be fighting the rat problem in New York.
That's Divine. I know you're busy, but do you see any headlines, or you can't do it in the environment you're at? If so,
I'm fighting traffic, but I did want to ask the stage.
I'm fighting traffic too, so I hear you, brother.
Yeah, I feel like they are menaced because regarding Wes Moore, first they said Wes Moore was not invited to the governor's dinner. And then they said
the Democratic,
none of the Democratic governors. I'm like, which one?
Which one is it? You know what? You articulated exactly what I was thinking. Like
you articulated
a racist thing, right?
You articulated.
Like, he invited everybody. It's supposed to be bipartisan.
Articulated is the daily word.
And I was like, wow, that's fucking racist.
Word of the day is
right.
Articulated.
None of the Democrats were invited. So we're not having it, even though it was supposed to be bipartisan. Like, which one is accurate?
Which one?
Articulated.
That's important.
They like to make us get angry and all,
Articulated.
Articulated. You were angry if the only governor who's supposed to be the chair?
Articulated.
Entity that feeds off of our anger, and I'm trying to not feed that beast.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, one of my channels, I grew it based on a lot. Like, I would say it was 50-50. Now it's probably 70-30, 80-20 in my favor. But initially with 50-50, but a lot of people don't realize that engagement is engagement. And engagement drives algorithms. I understood that a long time ago. I would label shit intentionally so people would correct me in the comments. I wanted engagement. That shit would hit 1 million views, and people like, half of them is people that corrected you. I don't give a fuck. My next one will be whatever I want it to be, and it's going to hit harder in the algorithm because I have that many more subscribers. You see what I'm saying? So there is a way to feed off of people's energy.
Articulated.
To an extent, like, this has been the biggest troll of an administration ever. They use AI more than I do, right? As far as creating fake content, did the plane dropping shit on the protesters, and he had the other one where he was arresting Obama, and nobody could really push back on that as hard as they're doing that on the ape shit. But you remember when he had them kneeling before him and arresting him? Like, they've been trolling the living shit out of us this whole time that they've been in office. There's got to be some reason.
Articulated.
There's something behind it.
Articulated.
I mean, then you hear people say they want us in the streets like George Floyd. But
Augustus is here.
Well, I was out protesting, and then there were breaks. Can be.
Augustus.
Yo, what up, bro?
What's going on?
Man, just working.
Yeah. Well,
working.
Everybody's got to work, but as long as your hands don't get dirty, it's not that bad.
That's right. So what's up, man? Did you see any of this stuff with Pam Bondi today?
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh, I the clip that I saw that I really liked was she was yelling at Jamie Rasklin, that disgusting piece of shit.
I saw a few of them there. It's bad.
Well, the good news is, I saw what Massey did to her, and because she said, 40 minutes later we added Wexner back, and he's like, you added it back after we called your asses out on it. So, holy shit, this is like, the truth will always out. That you can almost always guarantee, because no matter what that means is the truth will always out, is that the opposite is always there, no matter what. That's just like, you can't have something without the opposite of it. And so that opposite will always emerge if it's in the public eye. That's really what the meaning of the all-seeing eye is. And that's why all these federal buildings, when you go in, they have the all-seeing eye looking at you when you walk in. It's amazing, but it's like, it's a Masonic symbol, basically. It's the pyramid with the all-seeing eye in it.
Yeah.
So because of that knowledge, there's nothing to fear, because it really does come down to what FDR said, and he was a total G. He's only thing you have to fear is fear itself. Like, it's just strength, courage, and bravery which wins always.
Right. Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm just sitting back, watching, kind of disappointed.
Yeah, but you can't be disappointed, because the law is one day at a time. Everything is just for one day. So you have to look at it as in like 24 increments every day. And right now, the day is at 14.4 increments. So there's 10 more increments to this total day. But your whole life is basically divided up, with your sleep. So it is, like Groundhog Day.
Right.
You just have to think philosophically. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that is has already been. So, just wait till Hillary and Bill give testimony. Like, they're going to have to speak. If they don't speak, I mean, I don't know what the repercussions of that are. Like, I don't think a grand jury is going to force marshals to escort the Clintons and their Secret Service entourage, to a Capitol office building. I just, But either way, what is it that you heard today that caused you concern?
Just like, it just seems to me to be like a big cover-up, man. Like, they're covering up and running cover for this elite pedophile cabal ring,
Yeah, but you can't.
Like, at the bottom of that rabbit hole, it just seems like there's just a bunch of vampires, and that, like, vampires are real.
Well, then, what is the opposite of a vampire?
I'm not sure.
It's Van Helsing, Dr. Van Helsing, who, is basically a knight. So, I went to a military college called the Citadel. And, there's West Point and there's the Naval Academy and the Air Force Academy. Those are basically, for all intents and purposes, federally funded uh, military officer, training colleges, facilities with other military people that train you. So the whole thing about a military is this is all just like medieval stuff. There's knights that are out there that are not vampires. There are normal heterosexual Christian knights out there that, are in positions of power, but that's the opposite to the vampires that are out there. It's basically like Star Wars with the Sith Lord, Emperor Palpatine. There are Siths out there. They're out there, like, that's just, there are evil, despicable lawbreakers, and law basically, like I was saying, runs on these 24 increments, and it's a very slow process, and it can take years and years and then never even have any final adjudication. I don't know what to tell you, man. The law is unfortunately like the Matrix, but what that gives is basically the status quo, which is the consistency of continuity. And it's very important, but it's unfortunately, nothing is based on the founder's principles. So that's the disappointing part. You'll never get your satisfaction because it just takes too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, justice and the law is the biggest complaint. Like, I knew this very wealthy guy who worked at Citibank for 40 years and made it big time, had hundreds of millions of dollars, island house on an island, multiple houses. He's at the Greenbrier in West Virginia. And he introduced me to a guy who made it, even bigger, billions and billions. The guy with the billions of dollars, he had an entourage, but he was still like a kind of an angry prick, but it didn't matter because he had made other men into multi gazillionaires. This guy was the King Midas to this group of people, but he still wasn't that happy, and he was racing horses. But I don't know what people's personal lives are, but the Epstein thing is crazy because the emails are like all the evidence you need to know that it is a network of international saboteurs, espionage, um, murder, rape, torture, blackmail, kidnapping. Like the worse it gets, there's like no limits with regards to what is in the evidence. So it's shocking. But look at the Diddy trial. There's so many other. Listen, I don't know what to tell you, man. 3,000 abortions just hit the line, today. So it's like there are people out there doing child sacrifice for a living, and we're still paying them with taxes. So put the order of complaints, in order, like the priority of complaints, basically, is what I'm saying.
No, that's a good point.
Because the now is all important, and I can go across the street right now and some 24-year-old girl is having an abortion, and it's what's crazy is when you look at it in like 24 increments, that baby, let's say they decide to kill it at 600 hours, but then our politics and media says late term abortions happen at 800 hours. What is that 200? Like, some people say you have to have a breath to get the soul. But to think that 200 hours is the difference between having a soul and not having, it's stupid. It's not logical. It's still definitely murder. So, talk about innocence. Like, can't defend yourself. You're in basically an open field, and it's not yesterday's leftovers. It's something. So it's like basically it's like you are killing because it's just the probabilities of a baby coming into existence is very rare. It took the whole universe to baby, in the same way that it took a whole universe to flower, like to create trees and flowers. Like the whole one system, or the one God, you are essentially killing God, at its most innocence. So if you think that all things are God, then you are essentially committing what is it, like deicide? Abortion is technically deicide.
That's deep. Yeah, my friend Angela Stanton King runs a pro-life organization that gives women an option to keep the baby. It's like the opposite of Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
And they've saved over 100 kids from being aborted.
It's so expensive because life is so expensive. But the amount of money they're spending monthly on abortions is $1 billion. So it's just like anything. Would you rather have a check from the government, or would you rather have to write a check to the government? And I think all decisions, eventually will have to come down to that, or not. I don't know. I mean, the debt is totally conceptual. So
Hold on real quick. Hey, babe. Hey, come check this out. I'm just going to get her to look at this proposal I just wrote. I'm on with a cheeseburger. Say hi.
Howdy.
hello, Stephanie, right?
Yep.
How's your baby, little Augustus Jr.?
He's pretty good. Strong kid. Big kid. And big.
Wow.
So what'd you call me in here for? Hello?
Do you want to check out this proposal?
Yeah, why you smile on Instagram like that? It's really weird. And Facebook. Looks weird. TikTok is 2 words.
Are you guys using Sora at all?
Nah. What's that?
It's AI videos.
Actually,
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, no, I bought this one called Free Pick, and it's got every single AI built into it. So you get Nano Banana, Gemini, VO3, all that shit, all in one.
Is it an app or no?
No, it's a website, Free Pick.
Oh, I see.
FREEPIK. And it's got a bunch of shit built into
They
it.
do have an app, Free Pick AI video generator.
Is this good?
It's so annoying. It's asking me to confirm my age in Google Play.
You want to just pull it up on your computer? What do you want me to work on? What do you want me to do?
Monthly ad spend budget per platform.
Oh, really?
Recommended monthly ad. I don't like the word fee. It looks like we're charging them fees. Everybody, when they see the word fee, they rage.
We have it here.
I don't like it.
Monthly costs.
Sure.
I used to work at a company called dealer.com, which is automotive advertising. And it's unbelievable how much a car dealership spends on Google ads monthly, but also how much they spend on radio and newspaper. But yeah, in terms of raising budgets on Google ads, it's always easy to show if you can show statistically, what the ROI as you increase incremental spend, and couple that with other keyword ad strategy or keyword brand, keyword additions. The whole thing deals with keywords. And it's amazing because brand advertising is Google's biggest business. And for example, Ziploc or, Raid or just think of any brand name like Samsung, Apple, etc. Those keywords, those mega corporations always buy the number one spot, and it costs them a fucking fortune because it's an open marketplace.
Content calendar and scheduled posts.
Their competitors like Samsung, are constantly trying to bid for the number one spot, but because it's basically like blackmail. Google, will always give you the number one spot if that's your brand and you're willing to pay. And they pay. It's unbelievable how much they pay per click. They run it at a huge loss, but they just don't care because it's an annual quarterly budget.
Social media management for the following platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I think when it says recommended monthly ad spend budget per platform, 500, then put in parentheses, $2,000 total. Comma and detail. And then just bold the word recommended. And put a space between that and the monthly cost. No, like an enter.
Like that.
Videos, no. So we can't guarantee videos. So let's say videos.
And a lot of Trump is closer to the end than he is at the beginning, but like Pam Bonnie's middle age or whatever, like Karen Spitzel, Marco Rubio, like Ted Cruz, all these fuckers or whatever that got 40, 50 years of life left or what, they need to wear that shit for like the next 45 decades.
Or you can add that to the
Unfortunately, reality is they'll always have jobs, they'll be employed, they'll always make money, they'll never be poor. And that's it, because there's a segment of society that will always hire them. And, there won't be any shame, there won't be any punishment for them. Sorry, I'm cynical, but this is the reality.
No, and I'm with you, Spiritus. I hope we get your wish though. When people do this again, trigger or whatever, but I hope we do get an American like Nuremberg, our version of some kind of trial or some kind of accountability when all this shit is done.
Enter. Get rid of the. Make it like one dot smaller, like a 9. What happened to the italics? I'm going to put a star in front of it. A star at the end of editing and a star before that. Using content creation in accordance with Jay Townsend. Try to get rid of that dot in front of it. And if you have to space it, just press space bar on that. Back it up a little bit.
Radio? Yeah, soon.
Videos for all platforms, including TikTok and YouTube. Platforms, comma. Video captioning, editing, continue on creation according to Jay Townsend. Content calendar, post scheduling for optimized posting time. All right, let's look at some previous things that we've.
When Bannon says
if we don't win this next election, then a lot of people in this room are going to jail, including myself. Isn't that an admission of guilt?
Yes, but you see what's going on now.
That's not really admission of guilt.
They're operating in a fashion. They don't care about innocence and guilt are like out the window, like the rule of law, right and wrong, like the Constitution. They're just spitting in the face of conventional wisdom. They don't care about anything at this point. So, yes, what he said, we all know that they're doing stuff. But yeah, if they get out of power, then it's going to come to bear. Donald Trump has said it. He literally said, I think 2 weeks ago, talked about being impeached. You know, what's going to happen to him. They all know and now all this Epstein stuff has come out. So they're really shit out of luck. That's why I say this shit with the midterms is going to be real interesting. What they've done here in Georgia, and I live in Georgia, so I'm fully prepared that when it's time to go vote, that there are going to be armed ICE agents that are going to be harassing, asking like for passports. They're going to be fucking this. These midterm elections are going to be something else. They're going to be something that we've never seen in this country before, in my estimation.
Can you still vote early in Georgia?
We'll see. I'm sure that you probably can. I normally vote when it's like the first day of January, or like I normally vote early and don't wait till the last day. But I'm sure they're going to have, just like you see in Minnesota being a test case, and even in DC, in the DC metro area, where like the National Guard, all the stuff where they've deployed people, I'm sure they're going to do that. I'm sure that's coming to Georgia. ICE is already here. I just haven't seen them operating the way they're operating in Minnesota and all that. But they are here. They have 2 locations here. They've got like these ICE wrapped cars that are here. So so we'll see. I just know leading up to your point, once they lose power, shit is going to go down. And so they're going to do everything they can, cheat, lie, steal, kill, whatever. They're going to do anything they can to make sure they keep power.
hear about them removing the brochures at Medgar Evers' homes because they list the person that killed him as racist? Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, we talked about it briefly, but you can wake it up if you want.
Well, did you see that they actually brought the brochures back?
Yeah, that's what I predicted. I figured it was, who was it? I blanked them, the Tuskegee Airmen. Remember when they made those changes, the Defense Department, and there was backlash, and they brought it back? I figured it was going to be like that, so they brought it back already.
Yeah, literally hours later.
Yeah. You have the Medgar Evers, who was shot and killed in Mississippi by an open Klan and white Citizens Council's member, whose words we can have them tell us how that's not racist. Oh, Madam Notorious and some other maggots, and tell us why the Trump administration wanted to erase that history, all the while saying that the Democrats, like Beaver, all the while the importance of keeping up Confederate statues. Let's see, Agnes here. Let's see. We got a hand up. Okay, nobody wants to come up. All right, cool. Why does the Trump administration want to erase history? I don't understand.
There's probably dozens of examples of this in the last year or two.
But for me, I didn't really start getting into history until undergrad, and it was the biggest motivation of my life. It pushed me to graduate. A lot of people, they do that. Look to your left, look to your right, and I had a couple of buddies who they couldn't deal and it, like, fuck this college shit. Me, we had a tight knit group, and I actually ended up doing an internship at our campuses. We had an African American Institute on campus, and I had to work in the library. That was one of my jobs, and I just started to get exposed to really. Even my father was like, "You changed." He said, "You weren't like this," and it was motivation. So if you're someone who has the mind of a supremacist, and you figured out that, in my case, someone like me that's motivated by knowing to what's the line to which one is given, much is expected.
To whom much is given, much is required, I think.
Yes, thank you for the correcting the quote. And so I felt this duty I'm going to be somebody. I'm not going back to the block. I'm not going back to the hood. It was motivation because you start to learn about the sacrifices, the trials and tribulations, the bombings, the killings, the terrorism. And so, again, if you try to erase this from someone like myself and them, what has been done to people that look like you, maybe some people, it might not affect them whether they know this history or not. But for me, it was the battery in my back, and still is. Also fear is that they're gonna erase history. What are they gonna replace it with? That's even more concerning.
Define the version that they wanted to be. Like this man was an overachieving racist. He was a part of 2 organizations. One wasn't enough. And the fact that he got called racist, they wanted to take back the brochures and rewrite them. He said deplorable things. He murdered Neger, and the state of Mississippi largely assisted him in getting off for years until he was finally convicted. It's just absolutely horrific.
Yeah, he ran for lieutenant governor or something. I remember when the stories came out. I can't remember exactly right now, but he ran for stuff, and he was open about it. I think he was eventually convicted several decades later. Just open about it. But that stuff they want to erase. But the statues of people who wanted to enslave others, those things need to stay up. It's pretty incredible stuff, man. Pretty incredible stuff. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I'll invite up some of the magats and see what they think.
Yeah, he actually, when he was running for lieutenant governor, he told people that he believed in absolute white supremacy under white Christian rule. And then he tried to bomb. They caught him with the bomb in New Orleans, trying to one of the Jewish leaders there in the community. Deplorable hurt.
So just as a quick point of note, there wasn't a single Republican that asked about the Epstein files.
Oh, wow.
During the testimony. Yeah. They got their marching orders. I should say except Massey, to be clear.
On stage. How are you? Are you calling from the grave? Okay.
Oh, why it's so quiet? Everybody voted for Biden?
I did. Yeah. I voted for Biden.
It don't matter who you vote for.
You don't think so?
Nah, it don't matter. I live in Mississippi. We got, 5 electoral votes? That shit don't mean
Mississippi, you guys have... I think
when I get through sipping IPP, I'm from the South. It's a cold world, but it's hot in the South.
I think Mississippi has more than 5. Let me see.
6? Might be 6. It ain't more than 10.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
It's 6. It's 6. I know it's not 6. Yeah, it's 5 or 6. 6, 7.
6, 7.
And type shit. My nephew told me to say that shit. Type shit. Type shit. Young folks like that. Type shit too. I don't know what it means, but I call myself selling toilet paper. I sell toilet paper $1.99 a roll, $2.13. Politics, huh? Politics. Politics is a very fucked up thing because with Trump, he made politics beautiful now. People are into politics. When Obama and Bush was running in my day, shit, nobody cared about politics. Now everybody looking at it like a live TV show. And Trump, when Trump in the movie Home Alone, he was like a cool cat till he became a politician. So sad. They kicked me out of rooms because of my ATV. They say it's not right to puff a Newport and sip a beer at the same time. What? Newport say never eat wet pussy on a rainy Tuesday. Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
There's nothing that's this American like a Newport and a beer and getting behind the wheel, bro.
No. Can't get behind the wheel. Them DUIs, boy, that third one, they gonna send you up, boy. Shit. I can't drive no more, man. I sip too much. And when I get through sipping, IPP.
That's your question.
Hey, if y'all want to end racism today, if everybody in this room close their eyes, everybody be black.
Let me ask you a question. Colt 45 or Old English 800?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with that Coke, but I didn't drink neither one of them before. I'm gonna have to go with that Coke, man. I'm gonna have to go with that Coke, that 40, man. Hey, I'm gonna have to go with that 40.
That 40, man.
That 40. I'm gonna have to go with that. The Old English, I think, was 32 ounces. That Coke 45 was 40 ounces. I'm gonna have to go.
In New York, man, got a 40 ounce. Yeah, both in New York. You could get a 40 old Colt, or you could get a 40 Colt 45.
Hold on. Just now about my age. Not you can't leave out St. Ives now.
St. Ives, you wasn't black.
The special brew with Snoop Dogg now.
Oh, that's right, brother. Hey, let me ask you this, bro. Did you vote for Trump? You voted for Trump, right?
I didn't vote. I could vote, but if I was, I probably would have voted for Trump. I sure didn't want the koala bear in high.
That koala bear, I knew it,
man. Hey, in a tampon in Boys Restaurant, man. Hey, look, I ain't got no children, but I told all my nieces, all y'all gotta do is go to the Boys Restroom in Minnesota. Y'all get free tampons.
So you told your nieces to go to the boys' bathroom. That makes a lot of sense. Let me ask you this though.
No, go get the free tampons.
No, I heard
you. I heard the tampon Tim. I know where you're going with that. Let me ask you this, though, brother.
It was a joke.
It didn't land. Let me ask you this, though, brother. So, what would have made you, even though you did not have the wherewithal or the gumption, I think that would be appropriate, the gumption to get up and
gumption. Oh, that's your word that you're choosing to come.
I chose gumption.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's gumption. I chose gumption. But outside of this, just hear me out, brother. Hear me out, brother.
I'm listening. I got 2 ears.
In one mouth, so do the math. Look, so with that being said, sir,
I got 2 heads.
Yep, I hear you. Anyway, so with that being said, sir, what would have drawn your potential vote that you didn't give towards the Trump administration?
Oh, well, first of all, it was just competence.
Competence? He's competent.
Yeah, between the two of the evils. In other words, if I was going to choose a snake, both of them are snakes. I would choose Trump because he was a rattlesnake. At least he shook his tail before he hit me. But them other little slick motherfuckers, they were like water moccasins and cobras. They just would have bit you and wouldn't have said shit. So I'll take that rattlesnake. Of the 2 evils, I'll take the rattlesnake. At least I know he's coming.
I got you, but let me ask you this. What exactly makes Trump the better snake? Matter of fact, take it even further back. What makes Kamala, what makes Kamala evil?
Well, it's not that she's evil. She wasn't competent. She wasn't ready for the job. It's just like I live next to a college. Are y'all familiar with colleges? HBCUs?
I've heard of such. My daughter attends one of those things. She goes to UCLA. But keep going.
Well, UCLA is not an HBCU.
I know it's not. I never said it was an HBCU. There's barely any blacks there. I'm not fucking stupid.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, I attend one of these southern schools, and one thing about HBCU, they're all named after white folks, so I don't believe in that motto. But my point is, it's just like when you, at these schools, all of them are owned by white folks. Rockefellers, Alcorn, where I go to school, that is named after a white person. Oh, yeah. You can do your history. And Hiram Revels, that the one about dormitories named after, he was the first black senator and the first president of Alcorn State University. Oh, well, do it. You got Google, brother. You sound like you voted for Koala Bear, too. But back to the point. See what it is? It's just like joining a fraternity or sorority. You need some pussy. So all the black women got with Koala Bear because she was an AK from Howard. She wasn't qualified. She wasn't qualified to run shit. She ain't qualified to run shit now. So I picked a businessman that went broke 10 times and still a billionaire. That was my options. Get a guy that runs a business that is well qualified or fuck their way up to the top.
Gotcha. Now,
and your boy Montel Williams, I don't know if y'all heard of Montel Williams. That was his side chick back in 2000, by the way.
Give me 1 second, man. Just go ahead, bro. Man, can I have just a brief second one, brother? Just a brief one. And then I'll hand you to me, right? That's fine. But one thing, I understand you said she wasn't qualified. You see what I did there?
I liked it.
I knew you did. I knew you would. Kamala. I got you. But now, she did have a bachelor's degree.
Where did you
from Howard? She did, right? She passed the bar. She was the deputy district attorney in California, Alameda County, right? She was the San Francisco district attorney, right?
Did she let males into women's prisons?
All right, we just got to stay on topic.
That's on topic because she allowed it.
Now, let me finish giving her qualifications.
Okay, go ahead.
She was the Attorney General of California. She was a U.S. Senator, right? So what? And then she was the acting. And she was the Vice President.
Senator. Where was she a senator of? No.
California.
Of what?
U.S. Senator, California.
No, she was not. Yes, she was. That was Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
No, she was not.
Bro,
tell me, where? Senator where?
Listen, I'm going to tell you. Can I be your brother? Come on, I'm telling you how she's qualified if you listen. Come on, man.
Let him finish.
She was a U.S. Senator in California from 2017 to 2021. Okay? She was the first black woman in the U.S. Senate. You didn't know that? She was also the first black woman.
Indian. She's not black.
Well, South Asian and black, if you want to add that in, she had a little spice too, a little spice. Okay, no problem.
She wasn't the
No problem.
first.
But it goes a step further. She was the vice president. How much more qualified do you need to be, brother? You're not making any sense here. Man, I heard you come off mic. Go here, brother. One mic on here.
She wasn't the first.
Can I ask you a question first? Can I please ask him a question first? The movie, what part of Mississippi you from? Okay.
He's probably Googling. He's probably Googling. I was Googling. Yeah, my bad. I would had to go look that shit up.
He don't believe that he was a California senator.
Well, shit, they had the Super Bowl in the gayest city ever. Shit.
Okay. I think the Super Bowl was in Santa Clara, wasn't it?
San Francisco, wherever.
It was in Santa Clara, which is about 40 miles out from Frisco. Brother, you got to stick to the facts.
So,
yeah, go ahead with your question. So you wondering what promoted me to look at Trump over?
No. Let me ask the question. Shut up.
Hey, don't tell no grown man to shut up. Just say.
I told you, you're not a grown man. You don't have your teeth.
Oh, shit. I can tell
You don't have teeth.
Man.
I can tell. I can hear your tooth.
You was raised by your mother, what?
No, I was raised by my father.
You would have more respect than that, but go ahead.
No, he told me to respect thinking people, not dummies. He told me to have standards for men.
What side of the river are you from?
I'm from the side that showers. That's not the side you're from.
Yeah, I'm saying west side, east side. I'm from the south side.
West side?
You're from the dirty side.
Yeah. Y'all get a lot from us. You know, a lot of
I can smell your house through the phone. I know what you're
I live in a trailer.
I know you do. It's a double wide.
No,
that was a big accomplishment in your life.
And so you live in Cali? You sound like you're from Cali.
I don't live in Cali. Says she's from the Cali, but she lives in Cali. A-S on your mind, on my the I like little booster one time. Say you want
Bad Bunny was your favorite rapper.
Come on. This is me just a stuff. Come on, bro. Ask the question.
Ask the question.
Shut up.
No, come on, Gemini. That makes it worse. Because Gemini, you get.
No, but I'm saying, what state are you from?
You don't mind me asking this information, Gemini.
Okay, clear it up. My bad, bro.
There was a black lady in the Senate before Kamala Harris. But the movie, I had a question.
No, black and Asian. I put that up in the chat. Black and Asian. She's the first with that combo.
Wow.
But more Indian, though. She was
only with that combo.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't think Obama is from America.
The movie, stop. Let me ask you a question. When you said all the HBCUs are named for white people, you meant where you were or just generally?
No, like if you take Tuskegee and a lot of these houses.
I'm not asking you that. I'm just saying, did you mean where you were or all of them?
All of them. But
there are some. Chill out. There are some named after black people. So a lot of them are named after donor. Chill out, bro. I'm just giving information. I don't want to.
No, I'm saying give me one. Just give me one.
Yeah, Bethune-Cookman. You know Mary McLeod.
Bethune, that's after the Rockefeller's ex-wife and shit. She's along with the other lady.
Mary McLeod. Hold on, bro.
Yeah, but
Mary McLeod Bethune was a white lady.
Yeah, man. They all like you. Did you know Hitler was black?
Hold on, bro. Calm down.
Man, they done fucked you.
Calm down. I'm gonna boot you from the room. Just calm down. Are you joking or you being serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
All right, Google Mary McLeod Bethune, and tell me what you see.
It's the Cookman part. It's the Cookman part.
No. It's the Bethune part.
It's the
Bethune part. You said all.
Who's funding it?
I'm about to. Come on, man. You're making it less fun.
Man, I don't give a fuck, man. Talk about something else then. I live right next to HBCU, Alcorn State University.
Y'all boo him.
Not the content.
It wasn't content. It wasn't funny. Because the problem is it's funny if he can talk, then you can talk. But when he keeps talking over people, it's not funny. It was actually hard to listen to.
I agree with that. I hear you. But as far as misinformation, because I don't like to give out misinformation on stage, the combination is what I'm talking about. Like you said, she's the only one, but that still makes her first. brain cells were struggling to come up with a conversation. They were struggling.
My apologies to you all. Everybody from Mississippi ain't like that.
The funny thing is he thought Ben was the one from California. He sounds nothing like a Californian. I don't and didn't know in that moment because I was influenced by his southern drawl and it was infectious and I adopted it for a brief moment. But Ben, California, that's crazy.
To be fair, I am currently wearing a piece of clothing from California.
I was just thought you were insinuating that you usually don't wear clothing at all.
I didn't know you work out. Interesting.
Ben has been cosplaying all this time.
I don't forget.
As someone from Maryland. The niggas from Gardena, y'all.
Gardena?
Mm-hmm.
Say it ain't true, man.
I thought it was Inland Empire.
The IE? You're from the IE?
From Fontana, Gemini. Fontana.
Yeah, that's fighting words. They saying you from now.
Yeah, you gotta know. You don't know what's being said. That's Ben.
Fontana is, oh my God.
Ben, just listen to my voice. Swing first, ask questions later. Just trust me on this one.
Huh? I can't. I'm in and out because I keep getting kicked off. What did he say?
I said you're from Fontana.
Fontana, brother.
Oh, Fontana, California?
Yeah, you gotta swing. You gotta swing on them. Don't ask me any questions. I'll explain to you later. Just swing on them right now. Trust me.
Gemini, I lived in California for many years, bro. That's another thing.
I didn't know you lived in California. How would I know where? How I don't die people, man. I don't die people there. I don't die people.
California. It's a big state.
Well, everybody should, but I would have no idea where you've lived previously. I don't know.
Yeah, but Ben, have you been to Fontana?
I don't remember offhand.
Have you driven through?
Yeah, he hasn't. He hasn't because he didn't respond to
through. I don't know if I've stopped at a stand.
Yeah, like most people drive through Fontana. It's not the kind of place you go to unless you have reason to go.
Right.
If you're going to San Bernardino and Palm Springs, you may pass it.
Past it. Key word is past it.
That's right.
And that's why I said I didn't know you were from. Because when somebody says that, you got to just smack the shit out of them. There's no talking no more. You've crossed the line. It's like in the days when the duel and you just threw your handkerchief on the ground. They threw the handkerchief on the ground when he said that shit.
Yeah, nobody claims Fontana. Even
Nobody.
from Fontana lie about being from Fontana. They don't even claim.
That's a fact. I never heard somebody say, "What side of the river are you from?" That's a fact, Andre. Going to Vegas is about the only time you're going to go past Fontana's on the way to Vegas.
precisely because it's so tricky, it can go either way. Wait, what is the chiral load? In other words, if you were an alien species and you had chirality, how many things in your body are chiral? And how many things do those things depend on?
It depends, because you could have like neuromicrobes that are capable of metabolizing like common achiral compounds, like carbon dioxide or water or something.
Euro that any gut bacteria used to digest food would probably be chiral, but they would come with their own gut biome, so their gut bacteria will produce the correct chiral, but their gut bacteria will have a problem, which is that they may not be chirally aligned with doing that work.
All life is
so I would say that a lot of gut biome will struggle to digest food if it has the right ingredients but doesn't have the right chirality. When you
I mean, if you're worried about it affecting humans, I mean, you have some issues, because if there's ribosomal incompatibility, it's unlikely to affect us. Or if you have like genetic transcription incompatibility.
No, but what's the chances that they'll just die of malnutrition because they?
That's what I'm saying.
Can't.
Well, in the lab test, it seems that I dropped them in below the lab test there. It seems that like these opposite-handed chiral forms do find to digest nutrients that already exist on Earth. They do outcompete. Now, again, like Hansen's saying, there's not been enough testing for this shit to be completely conclusive. But so far, it's not looking good. So far, it is a danger, and something definitely to be, aware of.
What is the danger?
Well, the danger is a couple of things. The first thing is because of the novelty, the opposite-handedness of these new chiral molecules. They are not. If you read the paper there, basically they're not recognized by other organisms in the dish that would typically eat them or compete with them. So they're not even recognized. Like they're blind. They're invisible to other living earthly organisms. So they're not recognized. The second thing is that these chiral organisms can multiply and eat nutrients in the dish, so they have no problem with just because the opposite chirality doesn't stop them from living a healthy life. So they're both invisible, and then they can also eat the food that's been introduced to them.